YouTube family, what is up? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn $1,000 into $100,000 by the end of the year. So we got roughly about 6 months. Secondly, I want to say happy 4th. Okay, happy 4th of July. Hope you guys are having a great day. Now, this video is going to be very short. It's probably going to be about 15 minutes. I'm going to share with you exactly how to turn that $1,000 that you got into $100,000 in the next 6 months. So by the end of the year, so roughly about $20,000 a month. I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. So if you're ready to make the investment, if you're ready to change your life, and if you're ready to build a second stream of income, a side hustle, and make some extra money, then boom, smash the thumbs up. If you're new to the family, be sure to boom, smash that subscribe button. What I'm about to share with you has never been shared before from any real estate investor out there on YouTube. But I'm going to take you guys back to the time where this actually have gotten me a lot of deals, and we're starting to bring it back. And I'm going to show you exactly how it is done, okay? So first off, what we need is a list of motivated seller, right? We need a list of distressed property, okay? So that's the first thing we're going to do is we need a list of distressed property that we can target. But so there's a software that I use. It's called kingdata.ai. Okay. Now listen, some of you have heard about this, but I'm going to share with you the secret at the end of the video, how I'm going to market to these motivated seller that I have never ever talked about before, and never any other investor have talked about it before. So you go to kingdata.ai, okay? And you want to sign up for their pro account. And I will explain to you why the pro account. So here's software. Okay, it's called kingdata.ai. All right. And you want to sign up for the pro account. Okay. And then you can either choose monthly, or you can choose annually, which means you pay for the entire year. So you don't have to pay again until 2026. So the pro account allow us to do something like this. Okay. So once you sign up, okay, you're going to head back into the dashboard. Your dashboard is going to look something like this. And then you're going to click on property leads. Okay, click on property leads, because now we need some motivated seller lists that we can target. Okay. So comment in your city and your states. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do this. So comment in your city and your states. I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. I don't know what you guys are doing on the 4th, but listen, if you're not financially where you want it to be, the 4th is not, listen, you can take a few hours off, but you should focus on putting in the work. Okay. So Johnny said it's Patterson, New Jersey. Okay. So here we go. So PAT. I remember 12 years ago, dude, I don't take vacation. I don't take holidays off. Dude, every day I got to hustle. Okay. So right here, we're going to go here. Okay. Whatever the city and state is. And then we're going to click on filter. Okay. So now we're going to remove apartments, other townhome, and condos. Now here is the key. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to target like absentee owner, but then we also want, the property to be in, let's just say, foreclosure or pre-foreclosure. So now it's going to take that list down. Now it's going to take that list from 20,000 people down to 6 people. Okay. Now let's just say that we, okay, so absentee and the in foreclosure. So there's 6 people. And then let's just say that we go, so the pro account, let you list that. What list stacking mean is that we're going to stack one motivated list on top of the other. Okay. So which means we want the property to be in tax delinquents. Let's just say we want that property owner to be in tax delinquents, and they are an absentee owner. So I don't know how big your city is, but there's none. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that. We're going to keep on tax delinquents. Hold on a second. Let me refresh this. It just needs some time to load. Okay. That's why. I got to go back and put in the city again. Hold on a second. PATER. E-R-S-O-N. What I'm about to share with you guys is going to blow you away. Just hang tight. Okay, be patient. Here we go. So we're going to get rid of apartment, others, townhomes, condo. We want to stick with single family and multifamily. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. So there are 12,000 absentee owner. Okay, which means they don't live in the property. And maybe we want to target them that it is potential inherit property. So it's absentee owner and it's potentially inherit. So there's 90 people. Okay, so there's 90 people on this list. Here is what I want you to do next. You click on this list. If we click on the property, and this has never been ever shared before. So there's 90 people on this list. So what you want to do is you want to write them a letter, okay? And you want to handwritten the envelope. Why? Is because when it's handwritten, they felt like it's from somebody that they know. Now, I post this on Instagram, and a lot of you say, well, Khang, what do I put in the letters? You see, it doesn't matter what you put in the letters. The key is to get the homeowner to open it, because you can write the best stuff in there, but if they don't open it, nobody's going to know what it's about. So we want to get their attention. So I typically handwrite the envelopes. You can hire your friends, you can hire your family, you can hire your kids to do it. All right, maybe pay them per envelope that they write. So we actually have someone who actually write it for us, right? One of our employee. And then here's what you put in the envelope. So the stamp is going to cost you about 50 cents. So altogether, to send a letter, it's going to cost you roughly about $1. Okay? It's going to roughly cost you about $1 per letters. So that's why we want to list stack. We want to narrow in on the list. We want to target. So when it comes to direct mail, it's too expensive if you blank market everybody. So what you want to do is you want to list stack. So in this case, we got 90 people that are absentee owner and are potential inherit, which means that they are potentially going to inherit the property down the road. So what we're going to do is we're going to send them a letter and say, hey, we're interested in buying the property for cash. So here is what I put in the letters. Next time I'll bring one, right? So what you want to do is you can already see the seller's name on here, right? It shows you the seller's name on here. So what you want to do is that letter, instead of handwriting it, you want it to, obviously, you want to go on the computer, type it out. So that way, when you do change, you only change the address and you only change the seller's name. So typically, I would go on there and I would say, Santa, right? Santa. I'll say, hi, Santa. My name is Khang. I'm a local investor. I'm a local investor. My partner and I are interested in buying your property at 123 blank blank, right? There's the property address right in here, right? 57 Arlington Avenue. Okay. For cash. There's no real estate commissions, no closing costs, and we buy the property in as is condition, and we can close on the day of your choice. Bam. That's all you do. You write it in there, and then at the bottom, you say, hey, if you're interested in getting a free, no risk, no obligation cash offer, give us a call or give me a call at blank, 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 and then your phone number. So when it times to, so the next time, so now you're done with that property, right? And you go back, you click onto the next property. But typically, I would print it. You can print it out and then have someone write it for you. So what my VA does is she pull the list, and then she sent it over to someone that's local in the U.S., and then Angie would print it out, and then she would sit there, and then she would handwrite these envelope, right? And then all you need to do is move on to the next one. And now you just need to change their name, and you just need to change the property address. But everything in the body of the letters stays the same. And I'm telling you, the hit rate, the open rate on these handwritten letters is way higher than if you were to go like this, okay? So right here, as you know, if we go back, okay, let's go back. Go property leads again. Let me type in that name really. Okay. So obviously the software, you guys already know that we can do direct mail, right? But the thing is, I mean, it worked. Okay, but the thing is, I don't think it will work. So, okay, we choose absentee owner, and then we choose inherit, and then we click on direct mail, which means you can actually send out letters or postcard directly from this software. But my thing is that because these are printed, and most of printed one people don't open. But when it's handwritten ink, blue ink pen or black ink pen, like I said, I don't know about you, but when I check my mailbox and I get something that's written, handwritten, guess what? I open it because it felt like it's from somebody that you might know, right? It doesn't look like it's a spam or it's a marketing piece. And that is the key. So which means I believe that this way, your hit rate would be a lot higher, which means your open rate would be a lot higher. So the cool thing about direct mail is that, so today is July 4th. Okay. Yesterday or today, I just sent out probably at least 100 of them. Okay. And then now all we do is we're waiting for them to call. So if you have a busy schedule, but you do have the capital to invest, right? Maybe you're working at a full-time job and this is something you want to do. You want to drop this off. Maybe you just want to do this on the weekend, right? Send letters out on the weekend, or maybe you send it out before you go to work. And now instead of you calling them, cold calling them, obviously now you just wait for them to call you. And typically I let everything goes to voicemail. I mean, if you can answer the phone, great. Maybe you have to get a different phone number that is not your personal line. So that way, when they do call in, you know that it's coming from your marketing piece, right? So, I mean, we track all of our marketing piece, whether it's coming from, our website, whether it's coming up from this, whether it's coming from, one of our other marketing piece, but you got to track every single one of them and see which marketing piece it's coming from. But to keep it simple, just get another phone number, put it on the letters. So when they call, you know it's coming from your marketing piece. So once again, if you can answer, great. If you can't answer, I wouldn't worry about it. Just let it go to voicemail, and you want to get your voicemail set up properly. So your voicemail should be like, hey, this is John. We buy houses for cash. Sorry, I missed your call, right? But please leave me your name and the property address. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. That should be your voicemail. A lot of you are not getting your voicemail set up. So when you send out your marketing piece, people call and they don't even know if you're the right person. And as you can see, the voicemail is very short, sweet, and it's straight to the point. Okay, so they know. And then once again, they drop the voicemail, you find the time, boom, call them up. So this becomes like more of a fishing game. Okay, so instead of you chasing them, they chasing you. They're calling you now. So when you get on the phone with them, they're easier to talk to, right? Because they're not like, well, you're the one who's calling me, make me an offer, right? They'll be like, well, hey, I got a letter from you here. I don't know what this is about. You'll be like, okay, that's great. Sounds like you got a letter from us. Are you interested in selling that property that you got a letter from us? It's either a yay or a nay, right? But they're so much easier to talk to. And a lot of time, if they respond from the letters that they got from you, the chance of them wanting to sell their property, very, very high. Got it? So once again, you can set up your direct mail from here. Okay. You can do postcard or you can do letters. So it's a 50 cents a postcard. Okay. Oops. $1 per letters. But once again, we take the list and then we have our girls handwritten on the envelope because I think the open rate is a lot higher. Okay. So all you need to do, my friend, is get one yes a month at $20,000. So the cost for the software is $250. The list of 90 people is going to cost you another $90. But then next week, right, once I send that batch out, the next batch, I'm going to go back in and I'll be like, hey, maybe I now want to target. So once again, we want to list stack. Okay. We don't want to blank market everybody because the cost is too high. So if we blank market everybody, you're going to run out of cash. Okay. So let me refresh this one more time. Okay, so drop me another city and another state. Okay, drop me another city and another state. I'll pull up another list. So let's just say that this week you're going to send out 90 letters to absentee owner and potentially inherit. Next week, maybe you want to target a different list, right? And then what happened is that over time, it's going to compound, which means today you're sending out 90 letters. Next week, you're sending out another 90 letters, and then it's going to compound over time, which means eventually you're going to start getting calls every single day. But when you first started, you might get a call here, might get a call this week, might not get a call, right? But over time, it's going to compound, and you're going to start getting call very, very consistently. Now, when it comes to marketing, direct mail, it's going to cost money, okay? But like I said, instead of you chasing them, they're chasing you. So Camp Hill, PA. Okay, so let's go to Camp Hill, PA. I don't think I've ever done Camp Hill, PA before. So Camp Hill, PA. Here we go, okay? We're going to go to filter. Same thing. It is just rinse and repeat. Okay? It is so easy, so simple. It is just rinse and repeat. It's not high tech. It's not complicated. Don't overcomplicate anything. So now we're going to choose, hey, let's just say that we want them to, we want to target pre-foreclosure. And maybe we also want that property to be vacant. Let's just see how many. So there's one letters. So there you can literally get on and write to these homeowner right here, one letter. Boom, send it out. Okay. Now let's just say that, hey, we're just going to go with pre-foreclosure. There's 33 pre-foreclosure. Click on the list, send them a letter. Okay. I like pre-foreclosure more than foreclosure. The reason why is foreclosure, at this time, there's just not enough time for you. All right. There's just not. Oh, sorry. You guys can't see. My bad. Okay. So let's go back. So right here, I like pre-foreclosure more because pre-foreclosure means that they have not gone into foreclosure. So there's more time for you to actually get under contract, find the buyer, and then sell the deal. So there's 3. So if you choose the basic account doesn't have pre-foreclosure. It doesn't have foreclosure. All right. It doesn't have board investor. It doesn't have flip upside down. Right. But that's why I choose the pro account. The pro account is going to cost you more, but it got a bigger variety list, bigger list for you to target. So maybe this week I'll send 33 letters to pre-foreclosure. Okay. And then if we remove pre-foreclosure, okay. And then maybe next week you want to target tax delinquents. Or maybe you want, hey, people that are in tax delinquents and you also want them to have high equity, right? Because if there's no equity in the property, right, it's not going to work for us. So now there's 63 people that you can literally write. It's probably going to take you, I don't know, man, to write 63 envelope, probably maybe an hour or 2 max. So maybe this week, all I'm going to focus on is I am going to write 63 letters, okay, hold on a second, to people that are in tax delinquents and they have high equity, which means they have a lot of equity in their property. And then bam, all you do this week. So maybe this is something you break down per week that you want to do. Like I said, this is for those of you who have the capital but have a busy schedule, that you don't have a bunch of time just sitting there cold calling, or maybe you don't want to cold call. This is another avenue that you can start getting sellers to call you instead. And this method, this strategy work. It works 12 years ago when I first got into the game, and it still worked till today. Okay? But once again, right? The info's there. The choice is going to be up to you what you want to do. But imagine if every single week you just sent out 50, 100 letters. And then, like I said, over time, it's going to compound. You're going to start getting a lot of calls. Okay? And then we're going to get rid. And then maybe next week, what you want to do is you want to target a different list. Right? Next time, maybe we want people to own their property free and clear. Right? And we want them to be vacant. Hey, these homeowners own the property free and clear. And the property is sitting dead vacant. Bam, there's 20 people right there. To write to 20 people, maybe less than an hour, probably 30 minutes. You don't need a license. Okay, you don't need a license to do this. And the thing is, the key here is you need to have a badass software to extract the data, to get good data. And that's why I suggest you guys use this. Okay, it's kingdata.ai. That's the software that I use. That's currently we're using since January. It's getting us a lot of results compared to any other software that we use. Now, I'm going to share with you one more thing. So in the meantime, when you're sending these letters out, look, if I click on this property address, guess what, my friend? Okay, so now you're hitting them by direct mail. You're sending them a letter. And hold on a second. I don't know why my internet is so slow. But now I can also call them. Now, for those of you who don't know, back then when they're on the do not call list, we're not supposed to call them. Otherwise, we get in trouble and we can get a fine. But there's a law that just came out where they lift it for investor. So now we can call the do not call list. Like, this does not apply to us anymore. They just passed a law that they're going to remove this. So everything is good. So you can call them on the do not call list. And there's their mobile number. And there's the email. So now what we're doing is we're sending them a letter. We're going to call them. We're going to text them. And we're also going to send them an email. And anyone who signed up for the software, okay, before that, you would have to pay 15 cents or so to skip trace the address to get their phone number and their email. But for anyone who signs up today, and as long as you have the software, all your skip tracing will be paid by me. So you never have to pay for skip tracing again. That's the deal that I work out with this company. Okay? So all you need to do is go to kingdata.ai. Once again, if you want to list stack, if you want to do exactly what I just shared with you, then you have to sign up for the pro account. Now, let's just say you don't have the capital to sign up for the pro account, then you're going to go with the basic plan. So the basic plan does not let you list stack, but here's what you're going to do. Okay? So hold on a second. Let me share something with you really quick here. We're almost done, and then I gotta go. Okay, so here it is. So the basic plan only have 8 nationwide list type. Compared to the pro plan, it has 17 different list type. And then you only get 25,000 leads, okay, per month. Imagine to skip trace 25,000 leads, it would have cost you $2,500, correct? But guess what? Never pay for it again, because I'll pay for it. Now, here's the list type that you get with the basic plan, and I'll show you what you need to do. So you get absentee owner, active listing, which is any property that's listed on the MLS, high equity, people who have a lot of equity in their property, low, upside down, tax delinquent activity, and then free and clear. So if you don't have the pro, but you can't afford the pro, you can only afford the basic, then here is what I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? So we're going to go. So comment in another city in another state for me. Comment in another city and in other states. So you're going to go into property leads. Okay. So I'm going to show you. So if you can only afford the pro or the basic plan, I'm going to show you what to do. Okay. So total investment is about $120 for envelope and supplies, paper and such, then another $250 cheap and for a laptop. That's correct. That is correct. So with $1,000, you can do everything that I just shared with you. So obviously, once you close that first deal, because the average wholesale fee, you should make $20,000. You take back the $20,000, you recoup your $1,000, and then now you're going to pump that more into marketing. Okay, so now once you make the money from it, you're going to pump it back in. So we got 6 months, right? We got 6 months left, but all it takes you to make for $100,000 is $20,000 a month times 5. So that 1 month that's left, whatever it is that you make, you're going to take that $20,000 and you're going to pump it all back into marketing. All back into marketing. Okay? We can do this out of state. That is correct. So I'm in Washington states, but I can literally send these letters to any states I want. Okay, whatever states you want to work in. So comment in another city and another states. Okay? Comment in another city and another states, and let me show you. If you have the basic plan, let me show you what to do. Okay? Okay, well, nobody. Let me go up here. Here's another PA. Okay, here's another PA. So let me go to there. Hold on a second. Harrs. Harris. And I know that today is a holiday. And I know that only the hustler, the real hustler, is here with me. So PA, okay? Bam. Like right now, what I'm sharing with you guys is an easier way to do this instead of cold calling. Okay? So now we're gonna go. So let's just say that all you got is the basic plan. Okay? So you cannot list stack. So you won't be able to list stack because if you have the pro account, here's what you can do. Okay? If you have the pro account, we can list stack this all day long. We're gonna be like, hey, you know what? We want them to be in tax default and the property's vacant. Bam. So there's 400. Oh, hold on a second. It's going to refresh really quick. It can't be that much. Hold on. My computer's off. There should be 442. So there's 442 people that are in tax default, and the property is currently sitting vacant. And maybe we say, hey, we also want them to own the property free and clear. And bam. So now we got a list of 3 different motivation. They own it free and clear. The property's vacant. And it's in tax delinquents. Check this out. There's only 303 people. We click on results. The key here is what we're doing is once again, direct mail is very expensive. So we can't just blank market to everybody, right? What if what if there's people who's upside down, who owe more than what the property's worth? We don't want to waste our money and send it to them. So that's why you want to list stack, and you want to make sure that they're in a very high motivation and that there is equity in the property that we can actually make a profit on. And that's why we list stack. So otherwise you would have sent out to 4,000 people, but instead we narrowed down to 300 people with this tax default, and it's vacant, and they own it free and clear. Bam. So let's just say this week, whoever it is that comment the city and states, this is the exact move that I would make. I would click on results. There are 333 people. I'm going to go and I'm going to start writing letters to these people. Bam. One by one. So maybe this week, I'm just going to send out 300 letters, and bam. Maybe you want to write 100 today, and then wait for next week, send out another 100, and then wait for next week, send out another 100. So it doesn't have to be all in one week. But I think if you want to see results, I think every week you need to send out at least 100 letters for it to actually take traction, for you to start closing one deal and make $20,000. Now, the next question I want to ask you guys is, who here is willing to invest $1,000, put in the work, and make $20,000 in return? Who here is willing to do that? And once again, guys, this is something that you can do part-time. It doesn't have to be full-time. This could be your weekend, your weekend hustle. Saturday and Sunday, write some letters. Monday, send them out. Saturday and Sunday, write letters. Monday, send them out. Now, remember, you're not going to handwrite the letters. You're just going to write the envelope, right? That's it. Okay? Can you show us an example of what to say or what to ask AI? Okay, so on the letters, it's very easy. So if I pull this list here, I got 300 people. I'm gonna break that list down. I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what? This week I'm gonna send out to 100 of them. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna click on this property. Bam. And then my letter would start something like this, guys. Come on, man. This is like opportunities. Did you, like, people would charge you thousands of dollars to share with you the information that I just share with you completely for free. And I know some of you will take action on it, and I hope that I look forward to seeing you close your first deal. But some of you, all you do is you're just watching, and you're just not taking action. Nothing works if you don't. Like, dreams don't work unless you do, my friend. Okay, knowledge without execution is worthless. And I get comment every single day and say, Khang, what should I do? What should I do? I don't know where to start. I just told you where to start. I just told you what to do. I even show you what to do. But a lot of you, dude, you want people to come and actually help you. That will never happen. If you're waiting for someone to come and save you and show you and walk you through and do it for you, dude, this is not for you. I'll tell you right now. But here's what it is. So I would go and start my letter like this. This is Kyle. I would go here and I was like, hi, Kyle. My name is Khang. I'm a local investor. Hey, I'm interested in making you a cash offer on your property located at, let me see the property. Located at 1529, whatever. I can't even pronounce this. Blank, right? I'm willing to buy the property in as-is condition. Okay? No closing costs or realtor commissions you have to pay. Okay? I'm willing to buy the property in as-is condition. Any condition, any situation. If you're interested in receiving a free, no risk, no obligation cash offer from me, Kyle, please give me a call at this number, 1234-1234, and bam, send them out. I just told you what to do. Okay? So that's the list that I would target right now. Okay, so now let's go back and say, hey, what if you don't have the pro account and you can only afford the basic? Then here's what I would do. So with the basic, you cannot list that. So here's what we're going to do about it. So with the basic, you can't list that. So what we're going to do is with the basic, these are the lists you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 lists that you get, okay? So we're going to target tax delinquents. Okay, there's 440. Okay, hold on. There's 5,000 people. Now, obviously, it's way too much. So we're going to go down here. And this right here, my friend, it's called the wholesale score. The wholesale score is that they take 40 years of data, they jam pack it, and they will analyze all the property, and based on the age of the house, based on the people that making the mortgage payment, based on how long they have owned it, and their history of their payment and their credit. And they will determine how likely this person will get into a situation 90 days before it happens that they will need to sell. So now they rank it from 0 to 1,000. 1,000 means, dude, they're ready to give the property to you. I typically just go with 500 and see what kind of list I got. So we put in 500, which is medium motivation. There's 4,000 people. It's too much. So you see, to send out 4,000 letters, guess what? That's $4,000. But you now might targeting people who maybe are not motivated. So we want to increase their motivation to 600. Let's see what we got. Okay, there's 151 people. Bam. So I click on that, and then I'll start writing letters to 151 of those people. Now you can even take another step further. So there's 151 people. Their score is 600, which means more likely they're getting closer to that 1,000. We're going to go down here, and we're going to go, and we're going to target ownership. Okay? We want individual. We don't want businesses. We want year of ownership. You can put it here. Okay? And now it takes that from 131 down to 89 people. And then you can filter out even more. Okay? So everything here, you can narrow down the list even more. So this is just the, so obviously if you can't afford it, this is just a longer process to do it, right? It takes you a little bit more time, but still it gives you the results right here. So now instead of writing to 4,000 or 131 of them, you now narrow it down to 89 people, okay, that own the property, which is like a mom and pop, individually owned, okay? And then you can also name the year of ownership. Maybe we want them to own that property at least 10 years or more. Okay. So now it's going to narrow this down even more. There's only 6 people. So now when you do spend the $6 to send out these letters, you know you're directly targeting someone who is motivated, who has equity in their property, who own the property for a long time, which means obviously they have equity, and then you target them. So now your $6 is put into work and is targeting the right people that you want to target. So you're not blank targeting, mailing to everyone. Got it? I'm sorry, I'm late. What is the software you're using, Douglas? So the software is called kingdata.ai. Now, once again, as long as you have the software, okay, I will pay for your skip tracing, so you never have to spend $1 on skip tracing again. Once again, I will send out letters to all of these people. If you want to also send out postcard, you'll be like, I want to hit them with letters because there's only 6 people. I'll set up postcard. So 6 people, 6 postcard, 50 cents a postcard. It's going to cost you about $3 because you really narrow in the list. Okay. But I think this list is just too narrow. I would have just say, hey, I'll just keep the ownership like that. And I think this is a good list right here. 89 people, 50 cents a pop, cost you $40 to send out your postcard, and bam. So now we're targeting them by letters, handwritten letters. We target them using postcards. So you click on direct mail. It'll walk you through it, and you can literally get your mailing campaign set up literally under 5 minutes. It's that quick. And they will send out the marketing and everything for you, and you can set it on recurring or not, whatever it is you want. Okay. But now after that, here's what you're going to even do. Oh man, how do okay. So we're going to go back. Okay. Going to go back to filter. Okay. I need to put in that city and states again. Hold on a second. We need to go back. So property leads. Okay. I think it's HARRIS, right? And then it's PA, right? TONPA. I probably spelled wrong. Ah, shit. I spelled wrong. Hold on a second. Okay, let me go back. So commenting. Okay, so here's what I would do. Okay, hold on a second. Because what happened is when now I got the email address, same thing. I have the email address, I got the phone number. I am going to now call them, text them, email them, send them a postcard, and I'm going to send them a handwritten letters. Dude, so which means you're targeting them 5 different ways, right? So it will increase your chances of getting them, obviously, to call you, to respond to you. What do you write on the letters? Victory HP. I think I share that already. Now, for those of you who's like, hey, Khang, maybe you saw my other video talking about, hey, how you can actually implement AI into the software, instead of you can go on there and you can use AI on this software that you can tell it to pick you a market. Because a lot of you be like, well, Khang, I don't know if my market is good for wholesaling or not. I don't know. Dude, you can tell them, hey, what are some hot market that I can wholesale in, right? Let's just say in Memphis, Tennessee. And can you pull a list of all tax delinquents in this area that also vacant and is in pre-foreclosure? So if you want to see the tutorial to that, how to use AI in the software, I'll drop the link right below, okay? Me and Jenna, we spent like an hour and a half going through the software and how it integrate with AI, which is ChatGPT, into the software, that it actually do the work for you. So you don't have to go through, you can just talk to it, right? Just like if you were to talk to ChatGPT, you'd be like, hey, pull me a list of tax delinquent. Okay, there's 800 people. Bam. Now I want all of those 800 people to have those property to be vacant. Bam. It will keep on analyzing the list for you. And you can also tell it, whatever it is that you want. Okay, so I'll leave that video right below for you. And then, so the key is you want to lock the property under contract for at least 30 to 60 days. After that, we're going to go in here. Once you get the property under contract, I'm going to show you how to sell the deal. Okay, I'm going to show you how to sell the deal. So right here, you see where it said cash buyer. So earlier, someone mentioned Memphis, Tennessee. So I'm going to go to Memphis, TN, right? Tennessee. Okay. So we're going to go here. But I wouldn't search for the whole entire Memphis, Tennessee. What you want to do is you want to put in the property address. And then after you put in the property address, you click on filter. And then all you need to do is you click on cash buyer. Otherwise, right now, there's 58,000 cash buyer, which is all these people are cash transaction. They bought property for cash. 58,000 people in Memphis, Tennessee. Obviously, it's too many, right? So typically what I do is I put in the property address, and then I click on cash buyer, and it will show you all the cash buyer that's currently bought property for cash within that zip code, or within a mile, 2-mile radius, or in the last 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is that you want. You can really, really filter it out. So if I go here, I'll go see results. Here it is, right? And then check this out. You see, there's so much stuff to this software. I want to keep it simple, but here's something that you guys also need to look at. You see on the top here is a property that's highlighted in blue, which means this property is currently under contract with another wholesaler, and he's trying to wholesale this for $185,000. So you can click on contact seller, which is contact that wholesaler, and guess what? You can reach out to that wholesaler, and you can say, hey, I saw you had a property that you're marketing at 123 Main Street here. Hey, I think I have a buyer for it. I love to JV with you. Can you send me all the information? Or are you down to doing a JV deal? And if he or she typically they'll be like, yeah, no problem. They'll send it over to you. You blast it out to your buyer, and it's a 50-50 split. Which means if they were going to make $20,000 on that wholesale deal, you get $10,000. Okay? So by having access to the software, it not only allows you to do every other stuff, but it allows you to see who's currently have property under contract that you can start JVing without even talking to seller, without putting property under contract. Okay? So Doug asked me, how much is it? So Doug, it is up to you, and it's going to be your choice. So here's the software, okay? So here's what it's going to look like. Hold on a second. So when you sign up here, when you log into kingdata.ai, here's what it's going to look like. And then all you need to do is click on get started. And there's two options. All right, Doug? Option number 1 is the basic plan. The other one is the pro plan. Once again, if you want to list that, you want to do more, then you go with the pro plan. Okay? The pro plan will give you more of a list, will give you more things to do. It's just a better options if you can afford it. If not, you're going to go with the basic, and you have to click on monthly. It's a month-to-month. It's $149 a month for the basic, $249 a month for the pro account. Now, it's a month-to-month, Doug. You can cancel this anytime that you want. Okay? You can cancel it anytime that you want. You can upgrade. You can downgrade. Let's say you got the basic plan for now, and you'll be like, dude, I like it, but I need to be able to list that. I need to be able to use AI, right? I need to be able to use the AI, because with the AI, you can't use it by having the basic plan. You can only access it with the pro plan. So you can downgrade, you can upgrade whenever it is. You can cancel anytime you want. But the one thing, Doug, is you never have to pay for skip tracing again. It doesn't matter if you sign up for the basic plan or the pro plan. I will pay for your skip tracing. So once you access, you lock in, bam, you click on any property. It shows you all the information right there of the homeowner. And let's just say you drive around your city and all of a sudden you saw a property. You take down the property address, you go in here, you can skip trace even a single address. All right? And there you go. And then the thing is, if you want to save some money, Doug, if you can't afford it, click on annual, which means you have to pay all the lump sum up front, which is about $1,200 or so, because it comes down to, it'll save you 33%. So it'll save you about $49 a month, but you have to pay all of it up front. So now the pro became $199. The basic become $99 a month. And then you don't have to pay again until 2026 of July. But so if you choose the annual, you save about $600 for the basic plan, but you have to pay all the lump sum up front. Okay? So that's the only thing that you need to know. Any other question before I wrap this up, guys? Any other question? But after that, hitting up buyer is where you have to straighten up your letters, email, making them more professional. Doug said, is the CRM included? Yes, there is there's a light CRM on there. Okay, so there's a simple CRM on there. Yes, Doug, you can also drive for dollars. Like I said, it is truly a one-stop shop, man. This software is a one-stop shop. You can get rid of every other one. So just so you know, Doug, before that, you know how much I was paying a month by having all these different software? Almost $1,000 a month. But to me, I look at that as the cost of doing business, right? Because technology has improved and AI and things are just getting wild now, right? Wild. So a lot of times when people get in today, they don't know how good they had it. But I do. I know how good you guys have it. For only $149, you have access to all these crazy things where I have to pay $1,000. $1,000 a month. But guess what? That $1,000 made me $100,000 a month. So for some of you, you'll be like, you're hesitant. You'll be like, oh man, I don't know if I can pay $149, yada, yada, yada. But I can, or, oh man, I don't know if I have the $249. But I can guarantee you tonight, some of you will go out to dinner and that dinner will cost you more than $149. And even though you say you don't have the money, but somehow you came up with the money to pay for the dinner. But when it comes time to invest it into yourself or into your business, a lot of you always make the same excuse. You see, for me, I believe you're either making money or you're making excuses. But those who make money don't make excuse, and those who make excuse never make any money. I can almost guarantee you that. Everybody that you talk to, okay, that make excuses of why they can't do something because they'll be like, well, I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not lucky. My situation, my circumstance, my yada, yada, yada. I can tell you right now, there are people who are in way worse situation than you are and have made it to the top. I've heard so many stories. I was born and raised in a mud hut. I used to catch frogs for dinner. So some of you say, man, Khang, I was poor. I was raised up poor. Well, how poor are you compared to me? Did you have to catch frogs for dinner? Did you have to worry about what your next meal would look like for tomorrow? And most of the time, dude, go to bed hungry. Have you ever experienced that? The answer is probably not. Okay? So stop whining. Stop complaining. Okay, there's always someone out there who had it worse than you, regardless. And I don't care how successful you are, there's always someone out there who's more successful than you. Okay? And yes, Doug is right. Scare money don't make money, man. That's just how it is. It takes money to make money. Okay? If you don't have the money, dude, you're going to do the hard way. So by having the money, just helping you, leveraging it, making it a little bit easier. Okay? But to me, that's what I got for you guys today. I appreciate each and every single one of you that's here. I truly wish that a lot of you will implement this, take action on this, because I know it worked. The question is, do you work? And a lot of people think about, hey, man, you see, it's not, Doug just mentioned about mindset. And I want to say this one last thing before I leave. Most people don't understand. It's not about the $1 million, but it's about becoming the person who's going to achieve the $1 million. That's why the people who actually work, right, and go through the pain, the struggles, the experience, that's why when they became a millionaire, they'll be like, hey, if I lose everything today, you can put me anywhere in the planet. I'll make all that money back. But the people who won the lotto can never do that. Once they lose it, dude, it's done. And their mindset is already corrupted. So a lot of times, most of these people who actually win the lotto ticket will end up going broke again because their mindset is already broken to begin with. And, I actually also put out a video on Facebook and I said, hey, listen, everybody that got rich has a plan. Nobody got rich by accident. The question is, what is your plan? But a plan without, but a goal without a plan is just a wish. And a plan without action is just BS talk. And always there will be some people in there, dude, that comment, well, Khang, what about the people who won the lotto ticket? Well, dude, their plan is to hit the jackpot. That was their plan. Come on, man. Shit, bro. There's no such thing as just the money just all of a sudden fall from the sky and land right into your lap. There's no such thing. Everybody that wants to get rich, dude, has a plan. Whether they want to go to the casino and win $1 million, that was their plan. Their plan was to go to Vegas, win money, right? Bet, gamble. Lotto ticket. People who buy lotto ticket every day, that was their plan. I'm going to become a millionaire through buying lotto ticket. See, everybody that got rich, man, has a plan. The question is, what's your plan? But if your plan was to buy lotto tickets and go that route, I got to say good luck. Okay? Good luck. We already know the chance of that. Anyways, enough of the talk. I appreciate each and every single one of you that's here. Once again, for those of you who be like, hey, Khang, I've been watching your content for a long time. Love to work with you and your team. How can I get coaching or mentorship? Go to coachwithkhang.com. Love to invite you into my Wholesale to Million Academy and spend the next 6 months or the next year with you and help take you from where you are to where you want it to be. I don't care what city, what state you're in. I can help you build, grow, scale, and automate your wholesaling operations, getting you going from no deal to one deal a month, and et cetera and beyond. Take care, guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Have a great 4th of July. Stay safe. Have fun. Stay safe. Okay? And let's go get this money. I'm out.